Hello students, let us continue our discussion on current electricity. Few more problems today. Question number 31 is as follows. Calculate the power dissipated in 10 ohm resistor in the given circuit. So no descriptive kind of question given, it is only a short form of description given with the circuit. So this circuit has all the data that we require. See, we have two cells given, one cell is of EMF 3 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm. The other cell has the EMF of 4 volt and internal resistance of 2 ohm. Both of them connected in parallel along with another external resistance, okay, along with the external resistance of 10 ohm. So this is the circuit given. Now this circuit can be solved, not the complete circuit. The question asked is power dissipated in the 10 ohm resistor, which means power dissipated in the external resistance. Power dissipated can be found if we have the current through this resistor, right? Because the formula of power, what we have is P is equal to VI, P is equal to I squared R, P is equal to V squared by R. And if I can get either the voltage across this or the current through this, I can easily get the power dissipated. So I'll go with current. Okay. So now my intention is to get the current through this resistor. If I get the current through this resistor, then I can easily get the power dissipated in this resistor. Okay. So we have two methods to solve this. One is Kirchhoff's voltage law, the similar way how we did in the last session, last problem, 30th. And the other is we can make use of combination of cells to get the equivalent EMF and equivalent internal resistance, and hence the current I is equal to E by R plus R. You can make use of that to get the value of I, and hence you can get the power dissipated. You have to do that. Okay, get the equivalent EMF, equivalent resistance, internal resistance, and then work for I is equal to E equivalent by R by equivalent by R plus R equivalent. Okay, make use of this and get the current. After getting the current, P is equal to I squared R you put, you will get the power dissipated. The other way is making use of KVL. Okay, making use of Kirchhoff's law is a bit lengthy process, but it will be. I'll just go with that approach because it would become a practice for you. Okay, so I have just redrawn a circuit like this. Okay, so this is the first cell of 3 volt and 1 ohm and this is the second resistance of 4 volt EMF, 2 ohm internal resistance, and this is the external resistor. This point I have elaborated to two nodes A and B, and this point I have extended to 2 points F and E, and this is point D and this is point C. Okay, the same circuit. This is the external resistance of 10 ohm. And now the question that comes is, we do not have the directions of current given here. Ourselves need to judge the or analyze the direction of current in the given circuit. Now look, uh, we all know that current always flows from positive terminal of the battery and goes towards the negative terminal of the battery. So here I have the positive terminal of the battery in this in the left hand side of mine. So the current will come out of it. So direction of current for this branch AF is like this, because here I have positive terminal and here I have negative terminal. Same way here, since the positive terminal of the battery is to the left of me, so the direction of current is like this towards B, okay, like this in this branch. Now you have certain current, let me name this current as I1. So you have current I1 flowing like this, and you have I2, current I2 flowing in this branch like this. So I1 comes here, I2 comes here, join together to become I3 and flows through the external resistor. Okay, since the direction of I1 and I2 are like this, they will join together to become I3. I3 can't be like this. You don't have a cell or battery here. It is just the external resistor. So these currents will decide what is the direction of I3. So I1 like this, I2 is also like this, so I3 will be like that in the same flow of I1 and I2, and from here I3 splits again. It becomes I2 and becomes I1 goes here. That is the complete picture of current in the entire circuit. So now I'll be applying, okay, from this first let me get the relation of I3, I2 and I1. How do I get that? By applying, okay, it's quite easy. You can say I1 here, I2 here, together it is I3. So it becomes I1 plus I2 is equal to I3, but you can't take that directly. You have to mention it with the law. The law that I'll make use of is KCL. Okay, applying KCL at B or for point B. You all know that KCL is applied to a point or a node. KVL is applied to a mesh or a loop, right? So KCL at B, see what does KCL say? Total current entering is equal to total current leaving. Total current entering is I1 plus I2. Total current leaving the point B is I3. So that is what I have. And from the circuit, the data or the information that I need to take out is I3, right? The value of I3 is what I need so that I get the power dissipation. So I'll be concentrating on I3. And now I'll apply KVL. Okay, KVL for the loop A. Okay, I'll start from here and take it like this. KVL for the loop A, F, E, B. A. Okay, A, F, E, B, A. Following? Okay. So this is the loop that I am considering now. We only have two loops here. One is this, the other is this. I'll start from A, F, E, B, A. Okay, clear. So now, first I'll start from A. What I see is a cell. Cell means I should take the EMF of that cell. EMF of the cell is 3 volt. But what I touch is positive terminal of the battery first. If I touch the positive terminal of the battery first, then I should take the negative of EMF what I have there. So it is minus 3. Then moving ahead, I have a resistor. This is not the external resistor. Okay, this is the internal resistance of the same cell represented like this. Okay, I have written it intentionally as an external, as the resistance outside of the cell, because I need it. I need a factor of IR taken out from the cell or from the internal resistance of the cell. You can directly take it, but I always suggest you to put this small resistance to represent the internal resistance of the cell. Okay, this is always suggested. So now we have the internal resistance 1 ohm for the same cell. Okay, this together is the cell now. Okay, be clear with that. This is representing the internal resistance of this cell. This is not any external resistance in the circuit. So now, what is the direction of current? Like this. What is the direction of traversal? I am going like this, A, F. But so what I see is the direction of traversal is opposite to the direction of current flow. So what I should take is minus IR. So it is minus I1 into what is the internal resistance? 1 ohm. Okay. Then from F to E, no components. Then from F to B, like this. So the direction of my traversal is same as of the direction of current here, which is the current in this branch is I2. What I see first is the resistor, and the resistance of the resistor is 2 ohm. So it is plus I2 into 2. Why plus? Because the direction of traversal is same as the direction of current. So then what I see is the cell, and this cell has the EMF of 4 volt, but I touch the negative terminal of the cell first. So the rule says I should take positive of the EMF. So it is plus 4. So now, okay, before writing the expression, don't forget to put the general form, summation of IR is equal to summation of EMFs. Put this once, general form, then you can write the expression. So now simplify this. Simplifying this, you will have minus I1 plus 2I2 is equal to 1, right? So consider this as equation 1. And now applying KVL for BEDCB, okay? KVL for BEDCB like this. Once again, write the general form, summation of IR is equal to summation of EMFs. So now, I'll start from B. My direction of traversal is like this, and the current flowing is I2, which is opposite to the direction of my traversal. And what I see before I go to the resistor is the cell. Okay, now don't need to worry about the current first. What I see is the cell. Okay, and that cell has the EMF of 4 volt, but I touch the positive terminal of the battery. So once I touch the positive terminal of the battery, the rule says we should consider negative of the EMF. So it is equal to minus 4 because I touched the positive terminal first. Then I move forward. What I see is the internal resistance of the same cell, which is of 2 ohm resistance. But the current is exactly opposite to the direction of my traversal. So it is I2 into 2, right? I2 into 2, but the direction of current is opposite. So it is minus I2 into 2, right? Now I move ahead. I reach point E to D, no components, D to C. I come like this. There is a current flowing here. This is I3, 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 okay, like this. No component here, but here from D to C, I have a component of resistor, and the current through that resistor is I3, which is flowing exactly opposite to the direction of my traversal. So it is I3 into 10, but negative, minus I3 into 10. Then I come to point C, then C to B, no more component here, and hence the loop is complete. Okay? Fine. So now it is minus 2 I2 minus 10 I3 is equal to minus 4. I can take 2 as common factor and simplify so that I get minus I2 minus 5 I3 is equal to minus 2. Okay? Right. So now you observe the factor that we need is, okay, let me name this as equation 2. The factor that we need is I3, okay, and here I have an expression which connects I2 and I3, and here I have an expression which connects I2 and I1, okay. So from this expression, first I'll replace this I1 with I3 and I2 because I have the relation between I1 and I1, I2 and I3 given by I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. So I'll replace this I1 by I3 minus I2, right? I can do that. So it is minus of, instead of I1, I'll write I3 minus I2, I3 minus I2 plus 2I2 is equal to 1. Okay, this is the equation 1 where I replaced I1 by I3 minus I2. So now what is this? Let me take the negative sign inside. So that will give me minus I3 plus I2 plus 2I2 is equal to 1. So simplifying this, what I have is minus I3, or let me write the I2 factor first. So plus 2I2 plus 1. So it is 3I2 minus I3 is equal to 1. Let me name this as equation 3. Now see, we have two equations where we have I2 and I3 connected, and I need to get I3. So what should I do? I should eliminate I2. In order to eliminate I2, let me multiply equation 2 by 3. Okay, equation 2 multiplied by 3 will give me minus 3i2, okay, minus 3i2 following minus 15i3 is equal to minus 6. Okay, so now we need to simplify this. We'll add these two. Okay, upon adding these two, what we have is i2 gets cancelled, and it is minus i3 and minus 15i3. Together it is minus 16i3. Okay, minus 16i3 is equal to minus 6 plus 1 minus 5. So there I have the value of i3 given by 5 by 16 ampere. Okay, now what I have is current i3 which is flowing through the resistor, and the value of the resistor is 10 ohm. And the last step of the problem, to get the power dissipated, formula for power dissipated is P is equal to I squared R. What is the current flowing through the resistor, which is I3 for now, which is 5 by 16 whole squared into, what is the resistance of the resistor? 10 ohm. Simplify this, 25 by 256 into 10. So after simplifying, it should be very close to 1.9766 watt. 0.9766 watt. That's it. This is the final answer. So this much of power is dissipated in the resistor. Clear? That is about the solution. Okay, this is the solution. Now what we obtained is using KVL and KCL. But again, as I say, you can make use of combination of cells and get the final current and check. You should get the same power dissipation, or at least you can come till here. You should get the same current through the resistor when you make use of combination of cells. Okay. Okay, the next question, 32nd, is as follows. Two cells of EMF 2 volt and 4 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm and 2 ohm respectively are connected in parallel so as to send the current in the same direction through an external resistance of 10 ohm. Find the potential difference across 10 ohm resistor. So now what we have here is two cells connected in parallel, okay, and they are connected in parallel in such a way that the direction of current sent out from each cell is same. They are sending the current in same direction, which means if I take the first cell in this way, positive terminal to the left and negative terminal to the right, then this should also be having the same kind of arrangement, positive terminal to the left and negative terminal to the right, and then only they can send the current in same direction. If the current, if they have given that the current sent is opposite in direction from the cells, then direction of one of the cells should be reversed. Okay, so according to this question, the direction of current is same, so positive here, negative there, positive here, negative, and both of them has internal resistance. I will represent internal resistance using a small resistance symbol like this. So this whole thing is a cell now. This whole thing is a cell. Now both of them are connected in parallel through an external resistance, okay, or connected in parallel to the same direction through an external resistance of 10 ohm. So they are connected to an external resistance of 10 ohm. So what are the data of this? This is 2 volt EMF, this is 4 volt EMF, and this has 1 ohm internal resistance and this has 2 ohm internal resistance. Let me call the current through this be I1 and this be I2 and the total current be I3. Okay. Again, the similar kind of problem. Uh, what are we asked to find is the potential difference across this 10 ohm resistor. Once again, you can make use of KCL and KVL as similar to what we did in the last problem 31st, and you can solve for current through this resistor once again similar to the previous. Okay, you can find the I3. Once you have the value of I3, put that into V is equal to IR, right? Ohm's law. You can apply Ohm's law because it's a simple resistor and current flowing. That's it. Okay. You can apply Ohm's law between these two terminals. When you apply Ohm's law across these two points, then you can easily get the potential difference across the resistor. Okay. V is equal to IR. In the last problem, we took P is equal to I squared R. That's it. That's the only difference. So one way or one approach using KCL and KVL. The other way is using combination of cells. Now for this problem, I will make use of the second way. Okay, combination of cells, which is comparatively easy. Okay, right. So what we have here is two cells in parallel. So equivalent EMF E equivalent by R equivalent is equal to E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2, or else you can also make use of E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. That's also fine. But anyhow, we need R equivalent. Let us solve for R equivalent. R equivalent, which means equivalent internal resistance of this combination. R equivalent is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 because it is parallel combination. R1 is 1 ohm, R2 2 ohm, 1 plus 2 it is 2 by 3 ohm. So keeping the value of R equivalent here, E equivalent by 2 by 3 is equal to E1 is 2 volt, R1 is 1 ohm plus E2 is 4 volt, R2 is 2 ohm. So now 2 by 1, 2 ones are 2 2s are, it is 4. So E equivalent is equal to 2 by 3 into 4, which is 8 by 3 volt. So you have R equivalent and E equivalent, and what I need is I3, which is the current flowing through this resistor, and the equivalent circuit for this equivalent circuit looks somewhat like this, right? Equivalent EMF 8 by 3 volt, equivalent internal resistance 2 by 3 ohm, external resistance of 10 ohm, and current I flows through this. What we need is V. Yeah, you can also make use of V is equal to E minus IR. That's also fine. You can directly get it. Okay. So let me go for that. V is equal to the potential difference across the combination, across the cell or across the resistor. For this is V is equal to E minus I R. Yeah, but again we'll be stuck with I. We don't know what is I. So let me work for I first. I is mandatory. We have to find I. So the value, the formula for I is E by R plus R. What is E? Equivalent EMF 8 by 3 volt. What is R? External resistance 10. What is small r? Equivalent internal resistance of the cells in parallel here 2 by 3. Simplify this, 8 by 3 divided by 32 by 3, right? So 3 and 3 cancels, 8 ones are 8 fours are 1 by 4. or 0.25 ampere. So this is the current flowing through the resistor now. But what we need is the voltage or the potential difference across the resistor. Okay, so here 1 by 4 ampere flows and V is equal to IR will give me the voltage across this. Quite simple. I is 1 by 4 into 10 ohm is the resistor, which will give me 10 by 4, which is 5 by 2, 2.5 volt. This is the final answer. 2.5 volt is the voltage across the given resistor. Okay, this is the actual reference from here. Okay, this is the actual reference from here, and this is the reduced circuit of the original circuit, equivalents instead of individuals. Clear? Okay. And don't forget, you should solve the same question using KVL. Okay, it's a practice for you. Okay, the next question, 33rd, is as follows. Two cells of EMF 1.6 volt and 2.4 volt having internal resistances 2 ohm and 4 ohm. We have two cells with EMF 1.6 volt and 2.4 volt, and we also have the internal resistance given for both the cells 2 ohm and 4 ohm. Okay. The two positive poles are connected to the resistance of 6 ohm and negative poles are connected to 8 ohm coil. If another wire of 10 ohm is connected between the midpoints of these wires, what is the potential difference across it? So this question, the main part of this question is drawing the circuit itself, because they have not given the circuit directly, and even the data given here is not as easy as it was before in the last problems. So the challenge is to draw the circuit. Okay, let us begin with the data that we have. First, what we have is we have two cells connected in, okay, we have two cells of EMF, so and so EMF and so and so internal resistance, two positive poles of the cells. Okay, so here is one cell, here is the other cell. Okay, I could have kept it here, here, here somewhere, but the question says two positive poles of the cells are connected, okay, to a resistance of 6 ohm coil, and negative poles are connected, which means positive to positive there is a connection, negative to negative there is a connection. So okay, so two positive poles of the cells are connected and two negative cells of the cells are also connected. Look at this, are connected to what? These two positive poles of the cells are connected to a 6 ohm coil. Okay, what is a coil? Coil is the resistance which is not the, okay, in resistors you have, we have discussed there are two types normally. One is carbon based resistor, other is wire based resistor. The one which we make use in lab is wire based resistor or coil resistor we call. So in order to just give you the glimpse, it looks somewhat like this. It's a wire of so many turns, and since this wire will have its own resistor, upon keeping this many turns, this entire length of wire will offer certain resistance. Okay, and this resistance, this coil where the positive poles are connected is 6 ohm. Okay, now here, okay, instead of this loop, I could have represented it simply by resistors. I will do it once I complete the question. Okay, right. Next, what I have is negative poles are connected to 8 ohm coil. Okay, so the negative poles are connected to what? Negative poles are connected to 8 ohm coil, right? Then if another wire of 10 ohm is connected between the midpoints of these wires, okay, these are the wires or the coils, and another wire, okay, this wire has the resistance of 10 ohm and is connected exactly between the midpoints of these wires, okay, wires or coils. So, exactly between the midpoints. So, this is simple wire, but the wire has its own resistance of 10 ohm. That is why I have to represent that resistance using the symbol of resistor. So, this is a 10 ohm resistance wire connected between the midpoints. So, now what happens, since it is connected exactly between the midpoints, out of this 6 ohm, 3 ohm resistance remains here, the other 3 ohm remains, the other 3 ohm resistance comes here. Similarly here, since the total resistance of this coil was 8 ohm, 4 ohm remains here and 4 ohm remains here. Together it should be 8 ohm because this is the exact midpoint. So, instead of the coil, now I can replace it with resistor symbol like this. So, this is a 3 ohm resistor here and another 3 ohm resistor here. Similarly, here you have one 4 ohm resistor and the other 4 ohm resistor. Okay. This is the reduced circuit or the final circuit which is drawn using the data given in the descriptive way of question. Okay, right. The circuit is not completed, okay, because so many other factors has to be written. EMF of first cell 1.6 volt. Internal resistance of the same cell 1.6 is 2 ohm. Okay, I'll put a simple resistor here to represent this 10 ohm resistor, and here EMF of the second cell is 2.4 volt and internal resistance of this is 4 ohm. Okay, so now the other factor left is direction of current. Okay, so again positive terminal here, so current direction will be like this. Again positive, let me name this as I1 and this current as I2. So I1 comes here like this, I2 comes here like this, and both of them join together to give some current I3 in this direction flowing through the given 10 ohm resistor. And let me name the terminals as A, B, C, D, E, F. Now, what is asked to find? What is the potential difference across it? It means the resistor, external resistor. They are referring to this 10 ohm resistance. So, we need to find the potential difference across this resistor. Once again, this is not the simple case, okay. You cannot make use of combination of cells to get the current I3, okay, because what we need is voltage across this. So, we have the resistance. If I get the current through that, I can easily get the voltage V is equal to IR. But the problem is getting I has only one method, okay, because in last two problems we had both the approaches can be applied, both approaches valid for this, but for this particular problem we cannot apply combination of cells because we have resistors connected here in between the cells in this way, uh, which will make the circuit complex. Okay, this is not a simple circuit, instead it's a complex circuit which involves both cell and resistor. So it's the KVL which will help us in getting I3. Okay, clear with what we need? What we need is I3. Okay, the same way we'll apply KVL for KCL shall be first applied at point B. Applying KCL at point B, what we get is I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. Similar, right? Next, KVL. We have two loops. KVL for A, F, E, B, A, F, E, B, A, like this. Okay, I'll do it faster. Okay, you just need to go with me. So it is, I'll start from A like this. This is how I'm going to apply. And first I see the cell, but the positive terminal. So it is minus 1.6. Then I have the resistor current in the opposite direction. So it is minus I1 into how much resistance is 2 ohm. I don't think this would be enough, the space. I require more space. Okay, rub the question. Okay, so now applying KVL for AF EBA. So first what I see is a cell. Okay, let me write it here. Just a minute. Yeah, now. So first a cell. So it is minus 1.6, then a resistor with opposite current, so it is minus I1 into 2, then I have 4 ohm resistor. Okay, see from here to here it is the same branch, so direction of current will be same from in the entire branch. So it is opposite direction minus the same current I1, but the resistance is 4 ohm. Next, again opposite direction, so it is minus, current is I3 this time from E to B here. Okay, and the resistance is 10 ohm. Okay, and then I have one more resistor, 3 ohm, and the direction of current is again opposite, so it is minus I1 into 3 ohm. Okay, so if I simplify this, I'll have, look at this, I'll take out the minus sign, so it is 2I1 plus 4I1, 2 plus 4 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9I1 minus 10, not minus, plus 10 I3 is equal to 1.6. What I have done is I have taken out the negative sign from the entire expression and just added I1 terms, and the final expression is this. Let me name this as equation 1. Next, again I'll apply KVL for the loop B, E, D, C, B. Now from B to E, I have a resistor current I3, and the direction of traversal is same as direction of current, so it is plus I3 into 10. Okay, like this. Then E to D, the direction of current is same like this in the entire circuit, which is I2. From here to here it is I2. Okay, so same as the direction of traversal, so it is plus I2 into 4. Then I move forward, I have internal resistance of 4 ohm and the direction of current is same, plus I2 into 4. Then I have cell, okay, and first I see the negative terminal of the cell, so I should put positive, okay. So it is plus 2.4 volt, okay. Then I move ahead, another resistor, and direction of current is same, so it is plus I2 into 3. So simplifying this, 4I2, 4I2, 3I2, 8 plus 3, 11, I2 plus 10 I3 is equal to 2.4. Let this be equation 2. Again, what I need is I3, right? So in order to get I3, I'll remove I2 from this. How to remove I2? I'll replace I2 by I3 minus I1. So it is 11 times I3 minus I1, okay, plus 10 I3 is equal to 2.4. 11 I3 plus 10 I3, which is 21 I3, okay, 21 I3 minus 11 I1 is equal to 2.4. Now here I have 9 I1 plus 10 I3 is equal to 1.6. Yeah, the equation is complex now. Simple expressions, simple solutions of simultaneous equation will not help us with this. It will become complicated. Even though the method is complicated, let's go with that, because not sure whether have you learned Cramer's rule or not. We shall apply Cramer's rule next problem. For now, okay. See, now I need to eliminate I1, right? Here I have 9 I1, here I have 11 I1. Now I'll multiply equation 3. Let me name this as equation 3. Equation 3 into 9. So it will become 21 into 9, which is 189 I3, right? Yeah. Minus 99 I1 is equal to, what is 9 into 2.4? 9 into 2.4 is 21.6. 21.6. Okay, and I'll multiply this equation by 11. Okay, so equation 1 into 11 will give me again plus 99 I1, 110 I3 is equal to 1.6 into 11 is 17.6. Okay, now these two cancels, add these two, so it is 99 I3 is equal to, sum of these two is 2 9 3 39.2. 299 I3 is equal to 39.2. Make use of calculator, and hence you'll get I3 is equal to 39.2 by 299, which is 0.131 ampere. Okay, this is one important result which will lead us to the main solution required, which is the voltage. So now it is quite simple. V is equal to IR between B and E. Okay. So I is 0.131 into 10 ohm. So the voltage is 1.31 volt. Okay. So today, in the first and the last problem of the session, it was more about applying KVL, okay, and you practice more on it. You apply KVL and KCL for the second problem of the session, okay. 30 the previous one, 32nd I think, yeah, 32nd problem, which I solved using combination of cells, okay. And it should become fluent for you to apply KVL and KCL, okay. This might look like a big problem, yeah. Again, if you are solving for boards, you have to do it detailedly, but again, if you are doing for competitives, you can do it by practice, it will come, okay. You can do it, not you don't need to do all those things, you just need to write the main things and you can do it easily.